I present to you the new undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Kelly Pavlik.
This is a slippery belt here. First of all, I'd just like to thank, there'll be a lot of people I'm going to thank right now. First and foremost, the Lord, Jesus Christ, and my daughter for all the inspiration that I have right now. I'd like to thank Top Rank, Bob Arab, Bruce Trampler, Todd DeBuff, Lee Samuels, Cameron Duncan, very, very much, Miguel Diaz, my trainer Jack Lowe, my dad, who's been there every step of the way, my brothers, and I'd like to thank my sparring partners for this fight. Richard Pearson, who fought tonight, unbelievable fighter, hand speed that's unbelievable. Carlos De Leon Jr. and Tyrone Watson. These three guys came in, and I tell you what, boy, they put a whooping on me during this training camp. They got me ready. And I'd definitely like to thank all the fans from Youngstown very, very much for coming out and supporting me. And I tell you what, that's huge. And I can't get over it. I still get goosebumps thinking about the fans that came out here. I'd like to thank all local media, Channel 21, Channel 27 and 33 for coming here and supporting and get my name out there and doing a lot. The Vindicator, the Warrior Tribune, and just everybody else, you know how that goes. It's not the Emmys or anything like that, so. But you know what? It was a fight tonight. It was another fight where I showed my heart, and I think the fans definitely helped out a lot too during the second round. I was definitely with it. You know, I knew, I heard everybody in the stands cheering. I heard certain people saying certain things. I heard Steve with the count. My legs, I felt like I was trying to catch it with my hip. You know, it was like somebody hit a metal pole. But you know, we shook it off. We got up. We survived that round, and then we sat there. And I knew right after that, I was hitting with jabs. I was hitting with right hands straight the whole time. I throw a lot of punches around. Jermain really don't, and he surprised me tonight coming out. You know, you got another big middleweight out there who wasn't fighting a guy who dances around, and he came to fight. He has hand speed and he can punch too. So I really got the raw end of the deal tonight. But you know, we stuck to our game plan. We went out there, and as the rounds kept going on, I knew that eventually my power was going to catch up, and that's what happened. We caught up to him in the 7th round. I hit him with that right hand, and I don't know how it works, but you know, the Zartucci fight up against the ropes, I hit him with a right hand, he was out, and I knew it. Then Miranda, right after that, I hit him with a right hand on the ropes, he was out. Now Taylor, I hit him with the right hand, and I seen that little buckle in the knees, and I seen that little shoulder movement, and I knew he was pretty much out on his feet. And you never want to hurt nobody real bad, but when you're in that ring, and you're fighting for yourself too. And I threw a couple more punches and caught him. And I'm glad that Steve, stepped in and did the right thing, stopped the fight. So just all turned out good. Oh yeah, I'd like to thank Sports Time Ohio for everything they did too, and HBO. Definitely thank Sports Time Ohio for everything. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming out here. I'm looking forward to a lot more here in the future. I'm bored with Bob over here. He's getting a little tired, but I gotta learn how to get exciting up here, guys. But anyways, we're not done yet. We got a lot more exciting fights coming up in the future. And thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting me. And we're going to defend this. And the WBO too. Are you talking about the third or the second?
The third.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Second round when I got hit with that punch and went down, I felt like the leaning tower. It took forever for me to go down. I was trying to stay up. My legs just went. But like I said, I heard the count. I heard, the referee count. I heard all the fans screaming. And once I got up, I still had, a tingling feeling in my legs. And once we held on, though, I knew once I got through that round that I was going to be my fight. Just because of the first round, every jab I seemed like I threw, I hit him with. Right hands I hit him with. I hit him with a lot of flush punches. He can take a real good punch, unless I don't hit that hard. But I knew if I could survive that round that I had to fight. And, in the third round when I came out, I was landing jabs. I was hitting him with right hands. We get on the inside, I was roughing him up a little bit. And, the third and fourth and fifth round kept going on. And he was throwing a lot of punches, too. He was keeping up with my pace. And I sat there, I go, it's only a matter of time before he can't, keep up with the pace. And by the 6th round, he was starting to dwindle out a little bit.
You backed him up into the corner there in the third. Did that kind of convince you that you were on the way back? right hand?
You know what? Jermain Taylor is a very smart fighter, and in the third round when I backed him up into the ropes like that, I hit him with some flush shots. I thought maybe he might have been stunned a little bit, but he came back and he fired a right hand, and I just pulled back at the nick of time, and you know, that's just what a smart fighter does. He, you know, lured me in, and when I sat there and got, you know, lazy with that left hand again, he was trying to catch me. So after that, we kind of like watched exactly how we got him into the corner, what type of punches we threw, because we don't want to come in with our head first and get caught with, you know, something stupid.
Kelly, what did Jack tell you?
Kelly, stand the ground.
When you knocked him out, that was your best punch. They knocked that was your best punch.
Of the night, you mean? Of the
Of the night?
Of the night?
You know what? I hit him with some shots early throughout the fight with right hands, right on the button, and he didn't budge. But that punch right there, I think it was just a total, like he was starting to wear down, his energy level was starting to go down, and I caught him on the button again, and when he buckled a little bit like that, I threw him the last couple punches, and Steve, the referee Steve jumped in and waved it off. I mean, obviously he couldn't continue, you see him, you know, on the ground.
You know, because I asked Slaughter afterwards, and I said, was Jermain out? And he said he was gone. Did you know he was gone, or did you give him a chance maybe you could somehow get him? Because he wasn't on his back, he was on his knees.
No, like I was saying with, well, pretty much like Zartucci, kind of similar, but with Miranda. When I hurt Miranda up against the ropes and I threw those last couple punches, I knew it was over. And this was almost identical to Miranda. It was just in the corner instead of going to ropes. And when he kind of bent over, I seen that buckle in his knee, and I seen his upper body just, you know, flopping like without no control. I knew it was pretty much over. A couple more punches, and they were going to stop it. And you see what happened after that.
Mike Marley.
Kelly, what did, if you remember, and Jack, question for you too, what did Jack tell you when you came back?
Keep our composure, you know, how am I feeling? That's the first thing you always ask, you know, you all right? How you feeling? And, well, Jack, you know, really, I just got dropped. Not feeling that great, you know, but it's a walk in the park. But no, you know, he sat there and asked how I was feeling. We got back to the game plan, because him and Miguel been in boxing long enough, and they can tell when somebody's hurt, when they're really not hurt. And he knew I wasn't hurt. He sat there and got me back to our game plan. And that's where a lot of it has to, you know, come back, reflect back on the fighter. Some guys, excuse my language, ladies, they got the balls to go back out there if they get hurt, and some fighters do. And I think I showed that tonight by going back out there and sticking to our game plan.
Were you surprised that Taylor didn't come out hell-bent in the third round, you know, thinking that you might still be hurt?
He did the first 15, 20 seconds of the fight, of the third round. You know, he came out, he wasn't retreating backwards. He came out punching, and but we just caught him again. And once we caught him, he kind of started slowly going backwards. But I tell you what, all the credit in the world to him, he really didn't run that much throughout the fight. You know, he sat there and stood there, and he went toe-to-toe every once in a while, and he didn't really run that much. I give him credit right there. I tip my hat to him.
Jack, Manny said that when Kelly came out in the third round, the way that he came out, he thought that they were in trouble. Were you that confident after coming out in the third round and after seeing how Kelly was in the third round, honestly?
Yes, you know, after I talked to him in the corner, you know, by the end of the minute that we have, I knew that he was okay, and I thought he did really well the third round. But the key to the fight was once we stayed behind that double jab, the right hand followed it. I mean, he was open all night, and I told Kelly, you can really make this an easy fight if you just keep pushing him backwards with the double jab and throw the right hand. And it was pretty it was basic, just like that.
Okay, hold up, Jacob. Kelly, did you feel that you were winning the fight, or did you feel that you were losing the fight?
I really felt that I was winning the fight, being honest with you. I might have to go back and watch the film. I'm not that type of guy that's going to sit there and say I was winning every round. I have to go back and watch the film, but I thought that I was out jabbing him. You know, I was hitting him with a lot of stiff jabs. I was hitting him with right hands. And most of the rounds, I did have him up against the ropes and retreating backwards. You know, I definitely give him the second round. I might, you know, being nice, I might have gave him the fourth. But I thought I was in there, you know, hitting him with stiff jabs and right hands and backing him up. But that's something I got to go back, watch the films, and see exactly what happened.